Sega n'en est pas à son premier jeu réunissant ses plus grands héros. On se souvient de Fighter Megamix, un crossover axé sur la baston, ou encore Sega Superstars sur PlayStation 2, qui était un party game jouable avec l'EyeToy. Qui aurait cru que le second volet de cette licence, Sega Superstars, serait un jeu de tennis?
My name is Steve Lycett. I'm a development producer at Sumo Digital. For today we're talking about Sega Superstars Tennis, which is a game we've done with Sega.
C'est donc le studio Sumo Digital qui avait développé Virtua Tennis 3 qui est en charge de ce nouveau crossover. Connaissant la qualité de Virtua Tennis 3, on sait d'office que le gameplay sera soigné. Essayons toutefois de comprendre comment les persos de Sega se sont retrouvés sur un court de tennis.
Originally, the idea was that we were playing with Virtua Tennis 3. We finished the game and we were trying some Wii controls out. And one of the programmers hacked in a change to the code, which gave all the characters big heads. We had somebody come from Sega and they saw this and went, what about, because they have a character with a big head, you put in Sonic. So we went, okay, we'll put in Sonic. And then when we put in Sonic in, we thought, well, hang on a minute, if we're going to put Sonic in, let's also get all the classic Sega characters we love and get them in the game as well. So we did, and Sega loved it, and the result is Sega Superstars Tennis.
Le studio Sumo Digital n'en est donc pas à sa première collaboration avec Sega. Il avait développé Outrun 2 et Outrun 2006 Coast to Coast et bien évidemment Virtua Tennis 3. Il était donc normal de faire valider le projet auprès de Sega Japon.
Well, for us, I mean, once we basically got the go-ahead, basically we sent some guys out to Japan and they met up with the creators. And basically the idea was that we'd suggest the character list we wanted and see what we could have. And in most cases we got everybody we wanted to have. We've had to drop a few characters because the animation time for each character is quite long. But in general, working with creators has been fine. As long as we treat them with kind of reverence, if we're kind of good with their characters, we're not doing something their character wouldn't do. So, for example, Sonic should never hold a gun. And I think, you know, as Sega fans, especially doing Sega games for a while now, we can understand what you can and can't do. But working with them, sometimes interesting from their point of view, you know, they notice something about a character we wouldn't, like the way the eyes were positioned or just generally the way they actually moved around the court. But generally, the guys were really, really cool. You know, they really wanted their characters to shine. They really wanted their characters in game. I mean, the Monkey Ball team in particular, every time we sent them something, it was, that's great, but what if you did this, this and this? And we got so many ideas back. It's like, whoa, guys, we can't do everything. But no, John, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. It's like a dream come true.
Une fois les personnages et les univers déterminés, il restait donc la partie la plus difficile, la modélisation, mais surtout l'animation.
Each character has something like 150 to 200 animations, and they're unique to that character. And you basically put them in, you animate them all, and they go in game, and you're not sure if it's going to play very well until those animations are in. So we do a first pass, and then we check if it works. And then if it doesn't play very well, we change the animation because it's very animation driven. All the speeds are controlled by animation, all the shots are controlled by animation. The problem we had, of course, is while we're doing this, we also have to make sure the animations are approved in Japan to make sure they're true to the characters. So you're kind of juggling, making it look right, making it play right, and getting it all approved. And that was a very, very time-consuming process. Not because we had trouble with Sega Japan. In fact, those guys were really great. Just making all three stick together. Very, very, very difficult challenge. And that's kind of why we've stuck with 16 characters, not 32 characters. Now you know.
On peut donc se retrouver avec un double messieurs, Alex Kidd et Gilius, sur le cours de Scrap Brain Zone. Non content de nous présenter une simulation de tennis plus ou moins loufoque, le jeu va encore plus loin pour nous proposer des mini-games parodiant les grands classiques.
The mini-games, yes. One of the major features of Superstar Tennis is a mode called Superstars, and within that you'll find 15 separate Sega classic games. What we've done with the mini-games is kind of an evolution from what was in Virtua Tennis 3, where the ball games were party games, and each one of the mini-games is themed around, say, a classic title. So let's say House of the Dead. In this game, basically, instead of playing tennis, you still have to return the ball, which is launched for some launches, but the idea is to knock down as many zombies as you can. And as you play the missions, you'll get different themes on this. Sometimes you have to get power-ups, sometimes you just have to avoid the zombies. Virtua Squad, which is, as people recognise, Virtua Cop, is probably just a remake of Virtua Cop. It just happens to have Sonic serving balls instead of people shooting. And we do that because, you know, we're big Sega fans, and it's great to have a chance to put that in. And at all times we consulted Sega and they said, are you sure it's not very tennis? And we're like, yeah, but it's cool, you know.
Et la nostalgie va encore plus loin, car on retrouve plus de 80 thèmes musicaux, tous issus des succès de Sega.
Oh, we've been really so lucky. We've got something like 80 tracks in the game, and this kind of covers Sega from years and years ago right up to the present day. So, for example, you've got like the album remixes, you've got kind of Virtual Cop Space I have been redone by Richard Jakes. So if anyone's a Sega fan, they'll know Richard Jakes, and I'll say hello to Richard, you know. So yeah, it's just been insane. It's like being given the keys to like a big treasure trove, and then you take something out, you think, oh, that's amazing, and then you look, and there's something even better inside, you know. It's been really cool. And you think sometimes you're this job, oh, it's hard work, it's terrible and all that, and then you get a situation like that where it's like, oh, you just can't believe we're in this situation. I mean, just look what we're working on. These are the games I grew up as a kid, and now, you know, we're given a chance to give them to a new audience. The kids obviously can play the game, it's nice and simple for them. And if you're a Sega fan from old, you know, you're going to play this game and go, I can't believe, look, it's like Jet Set, oh my god, it's Space Channel 5, you know, and it's quite really cool.
Il ne reste plus qu'à patienter jusqu'à la fin du mois de mars pour les voir arriver sur Xbox 360, PlayStation 2 et PlayStation 3, Wii et Nintendo DS.